Hello, 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 everybody. It is Adina. You guys are beyond the veil. I am happy to see you again. If you're returning, happy to meet you. If this is your first time, I am trying to thug it out with this cold weather here in Florida. It has been in the 30s. At the highest, it's been like in the 50s, the low 50s, and it has been tough. I've been in school, also trying to stay on top of ceremonies, appointments, services, and all of that. After my last subscribers party live, I raffled off like 5 or 6 free consultations and just was offering services and ceremonies for people. And I didn't realize how much work that is, but this week it's the parade of planets. We have almost all the planets, a lot of them, I can't go through all of them, visible in the sky at various times throughout the day, because they are all lined up in alignment with each other. Today is the day of Jupiter. Jupiter was most visible, at least where I am, at 3:15 this morning. I was sleeping like a baby. But I am going to be doing some prosperity Jupiter juju today. Fast money, quick luck, quick cash, fast prosperity juju tonight. And so this isn't a group ceremony, but if anybody wants to join, it's $100. That is discounted from what that ceremony usually costs. And I'm only saying $100 because I don't have my menu of ceremonies and services and prices in front of me, so I don't want to misquote what the actual price of that ceremony is, either $132 or $123, one or the other. I'm doing this for myself, you guys. I wasn't planning on offering this, but if anybody wants a fast money prosperity candle done tonight, $100 to join, you'll get much more than $100 back in this ceremony. However, you don't have to. I just threw it out there to offer it. And tomorrow I'll be doing Venus work as well. Not the Venus ceremony, the group Venus ceremony that I've been advertising. That's next Friday. It's $50 per person to participate. I do record the ceremonies or pieces of it and then put it in a little 1-minute clip so you can see a visual receipt of your ceremony. But usually every Friday I'm doing some type of juju that aligns with the planet of that day of the week. Tomorrow is Venus, so I'll probably be doing beauty work, working with Inanna, the Inanna aspect of Venus, Inanna and Oshun, in preparation for next Friday. I'll start courting them tomorrow. The Venus ceremony that I do, the group ceremony that I do, it is a condensed version of the Venus ceremony. It's the same process, except in the Venus ceremony that I do, the full ceremony, you get a gree-gree. That's a charm bag. It has the Adam and Eve root that I use in the ceremony in it. That's one of the powerful roots that I use, the Adam and Eve root. It comes inside of a gree-gree along with some other charms and stuff that I put inside of a small red flannel bag. And it has some of my Venus oil in it, some attraction oil, the Adam and Eve root, and some other things, as I mentioned. A really nice, sweet, expensive perfume is sprayed in there. It's left on my altar to charge for 3 days. And then I send it to you, and you carry that with you and carry that on you to attract the energies even after the ceremony. That's what you get in the full Venus ceremony. You don't get that gree-gree, that charm bag, in the condensed version. But if you do want that aspect of the Venus ceremony, and you've already signed up for the discounted Venus ceremony, you can send another $50, and then I will make the Gree charm bag for you to carry on you. You can use this even if you're in a relationship and or are married. The Adam and Eve root is excellent for keeping relationships together, bringing them back together if you've been having hard times, renewing passion, things like that. It's the Adam and Eve root, so it's great for that. And the charm bag you can keep on you, carry with you for as long as you like, and use it to continuously attract those energies. And if you feel the need to refresh the bag, all you need to do is get a really nice, expensive perfume. Not cheap. Please don't disrespect the spirits or it won't work. A nice, expensive perfume, spray it in the bag. That'll just revive the energies. So if you've already sent participation for the Venus ceremony that I'm doing next week, but you want that charm bag, you can send another $50. The Adam and Eve root isn't cheap, and even though I can order it off of Amazon, the shipping isn't free. They don't have Amazon Prime for the shipping, so it would be covering the cost of the Adam and Eve root and the shipping, and the cost for me to ship it to you. That comes all together out to about $40, and then the extra 10 is for my labor. So that's how you know I'm not just charging you for nothing. And that's if you want the Gree charm bag to go with your Venus ceremony. All right. And even if you send another $50 on top of the $50 that you sent to participate in the group ceremony, it still comes out cheaper than if it still comes out a discount, because I believe my Venus ceremony is $132. So that's getting business out of the way. This reading is going to be on, obviously, Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. Jeannie Mai, girl, you should have came to me for some love work before you got married to Jeezy and after you divorced your white husband, because I could have helped you attract a more healthy relationship for you. And what that would have looked like was helping you heal your inner childhood wounds, helping you find self-love and peace within your own self, so that you don't go looking for relationships for the wrong reasons. We could have dealt with your inner childhood traumas so that you look for healthy, equally yoked relationships. Because you knew, I don't believe either you or Jeezy actually thought that you all would be death to you part, until death do you part in that marriage. This was a fetish marriage gone wrong. And I hate to see it, because it gives marriages a bad reputation, but there's nothing wrong with the institution of marriage. There's everything wrong with the way that we treat the institution of marriage. All right. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, the soul of Jeannie Mai. Spirit, please allow me to conjure up the spirit, the soul of Jeannie Mai. Compel her to speak her truth to me and keep nothing hidden from me. That was supposed to be my Thai accent, my Asian accent. It was probably offensive, and I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Spirit, bring Jeannie Mai unto me. Jeannie Mai. Jeannie, 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 Jeannie. Spirit, why has Jeannie Mai called the police on Jeezy? I see that she has made another, what I believe is a frivolous allegation against this man. It's frivolous because at this point, girl, you had 6 months. I mean, you had 21 days to go get your stuff from this man, and you do it in 6 months, and then you call the police when your stuff isn't in tip-top pristine condition. It was probably in his garage somewhere because he wanted it out of his house because he doesn't want you to have any reason to be in his house. He stated that he doesn't trust you in his house. So your stuff was probably outside or somewhere in a garage, in a basement, in an attic or something, where it's exposed to stuff like mice, and you waited for a long time to go get it. That's just the story that's out. Let's see, Spirit. What's going on with Jeannie Mai, and why did Jeannie Mai call the police on Jeezy? Is this frivolous, or does she have reason to treat Jeezy the way she's treating him? What will be the outcome for Jeannie Mai in her fight, in her plight with Jeezy? Jeannie Mai, again, you waited a very long time. In tarot, the world card could in time represent a year, because it's the culmination of a full cycle. A year in reverse, 6 months. That means you waited 6 months to go get your stuff, and it's been exposed to various elements in that time. You seem to have had everything going on but that. You were concerned about everything but that. You had other stuff going on. So time slipped you by. But maybe the moment that you didn't have as much going on there, like, okay, now I forgot I got stuff there. Let me go get it. You get there and it's like, he did this to me on purpose. I'm calling the law vandalism. But did you stop to think, Jeannie, I think the problem was you were living your life. You may have been enjoying your life wherever you are, probably on the West Coast, out dining with your friends, having a good time, being reunited with your real friends, catching up, socializing, probably getting back into the dating scene. You weren't thinking about it. That's the problem. It's nothing malicious. It's just that you weren't thinking about getting your stuff. It seems that you wanted to put this marriage with Jeezy behind you. That's in the past. That's why you've been out on the West Coast living your life. You just been living your life as you should be. And this divorce, it seems the divorce is finalized. So you guys are no longer married. I don't know what you guys are hashing out. I don't know if the divorce is finalized, but it seems like it is, or the marriage is completely over. And there's an agreement that you guys have no dealings with each other, not even amicably. Things went sour with you guys a long time ago. So you have no communication. I think that a lot of the way things have been is at your request. You have been the one to pursue a lot of things besides just the divorce and the divorce in court. Meaning, I think that Jeezy just wanted the divorce and he wanted to hash out all the loose ends in the divorce. And once the divorce was done, everything else should have been hashed up in that. Jeannie, you seem to be the one that continues to keep the battle ongoing. Even though as far as Jeezy and you are concerned, the marriage is done. And as far as Jeezy is concerned, your dealings together should be done too. Jeannie Mai, I don't think that this is going to get the result that you want just because of the amount of time that you had to go and get it and you just now decided to do it. I don't think that anybody is going to prosecute Jeezy for doing anything harmful to your things. There could also be some sort of footage involved to show that it's just been sitting there or something. Either that or you are looking to expose him for something by calling the police to his house. You're trying to get him in trouble for something. And Jeannie, this is you being welcomed to come and get your things, even though I do believe they were placed somewhere outside, not in the main house, but somewhere outside where they could be exposed to elements if they're left out there for a long time. If it's stuff like clothing or products that could expire or go bad if they're not in some sort of temperature. But you were welcome. You were welcome to come. These are things that you had there while you and Jeezy were living together. A lot of clothing, a lot of toiletries. I don't think it's anything that serious. Maybe some art pieces, some things like that. But for the most part, I believe that they were clothing and toiletries, beauty products, things like that. Jeannie, I think that you were denied access to parts of Jeezy's house that you wanted access to so that you could probably do something underhanded. And you were denied access to those parts of the house. So you threw a temper tantrum because things didn't go according to your plan. I think that there is a misuse of the justice system going on. I also think that Jeezy knows that. Jeezy does not trust Jeannie Mai, which is the reason all of this is even happening. Jeezy has stated that in the past, Jeannie Mai has been in his house to get things and has accessed his security cameras and leaked things without his consent. And he fears what else she might try to do if she gets inside of his house. And this card tells me he has good reason to not trust her. Jeezy wants to not have to deal with this. He seems to be willing to cooperate with the courts in any way every time he gets dragged there, so that they can just be done. Because he knows that she's doing things out of spite, but he seems to cooperate so that her tricks to paint him out as some thug or get him tripped up like that never work. Jeezy's hoping that this last situation, now that she has her things, is over with. Jeannie Mai also fears that. Now, she might hope so too after this last situation. But there's almost a fear or a regret almost of the fact that Jeezy looks so upstanding and is able to continue to beat her in the courts or at her tricks. And the fact that they're going to have to co-parent. That's a hope and a fear for the both of them. How are successfully co-parenting after all of this? Jeannie Mai, I don't know if you're going to... Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's greed. Spirit, one card. What is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse for Jeannie? Will she have to pay something or will she be owed something? There's a judgment that's going to be made or has been made that Jeannie Mai will have to stick to. She will probably end up having to pay her own court costs or legal fees or whatever it is that she I know she called the police on him. I see Jeannie Mai in the future trying to use the little baby against Jeezy. I see her trying to control access to the baby. Something she's doing in family court. She's trying to get from him money. Seems like benefits. Jeezy's generosity ended the moment their relationship ended, which seemed abruptly. Again, she still wanted to work things out. He was over it. I see that here. That I think didn't sit well with her the most. He was very generous, and when they were in their relationship, I think that's another problem, because he was very generous when they were together. Now that they're not, she doesn't get those benefits even more, and I feel like those benefits from Jeezy were nice. I believe that the daughter is going to and has been used against Jeezy because when Jeannie Mai sees fit. I think that she, again, Queen of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Swords reverse. I have the Queen of Cups reverse. This is a very, very, very bitter but attractive woman, because I think I saw her as the Queen of Wands upright in here. So she's feisty. Jeezy thinks she's attractive. She's still his type physically. Is she in here upright? Yeah. And she ain't scared to fight him. But in every other regard, in reverse. And I think that that's how Jeezy sees her. He still sees her as attractive, but bitter and vindictive, which is why all the other queens are reversed. I think she's trying to get him caught up in something very, very hard to get out of legally, so that maybe his parental rights could be terminated with the right accusation. She's a feisty one, and she's been trying to. Ten of Swords. Here she is. She's been trying to do stuff, but nothing's been working. She's been trying to take him down, but nothing's been working so far. I also think that there's some sort of spirituality going on here with this High Priestess. Could be Jeezy doing some spirit. Who's involved with this High Priestess here? Jeannie Mai or Jeezy? Wheel of Fortune. I think Jeezy's been getting juju done. Protective work. I think that Jeezy gets work done. He may have started getting spiritual work done when dealing with a case or a situation in his past, a situation he was involved in before. I believe Jeezy started getting work done to get him out or through of that, and I think he's been using it ever since. I think that Jeezy is confident in his spiritual work, which is why he doesn't need to say anything or fight Jeannie Mai. This could have been somebody he met when he first separated from Jeannie Mai. Maybe a black woman, a juju lady that stepped in to help him. Either way it goes, it works for Jeezy. It works for Jeezy because this woman is trying to take him down. And he tried to break up with her, divorce her, be fair in the divorce settlement. But this other stuff, I believe, is her being vindictive. I don't see Jeannie Mai being successful in her endeavors. I don't see her getting what she wants from Jeezy, more money or anything like that. In fact, she may end up having to pay something. If she is fighting him in the court, she may have to pay for her own legal fees instead of having him pay them. Something like that. Jeannie, my best bet is to stop. And I think you will now, because you don't have any more reason to go to his house, or, the only thing that you have now is his child. And I do see her using the baby against Jeezy because that's all she has left to use against him. Love you. Bye.